So what I want to talk to you about today is the top 3 focuses that every single fitness program should be about. Now, I'm not talking to you about the top 3 that every program is about, because those are 2 completely different things. But the top 3 that I believe that every fitness program should be about to develop maximum movement capability, maximum enjoyment of everyday life, and maximum results inside the gym. So, and I will do these in order, by the way. Number 1, movement patterns. Okay, you want to make sure that you're moving correctly in every single pattern. There are only 6. Technically, if you want to get a little technical, there's 7, but 6 movement patterns that every human being shares. You have knee dominant, so your squats. You have your hip dominant, so your deadlifts or your kettlebell swings where you're hinging at the hips. You have your vertical push, your vertical pull. You have your horizontal push and your horizontal pull, okay? Now, if you want to get technical, you want to go into the 7, you have your unilateral exercise. So anything you're doing off of one leg, you're balancing, you can hip hinge off one leg, you can knee bend off one leg with a lunge or anything like that. But the unilateral exercises, because, if you think about it, walking is technically a unilateral exercise once you're gonna, in that split second where you're on one leg. So that's beneficial to get good at too. Then you have your core, anti-extension, anti-rotation. We're not gonna get into that much. So if your program, is accomplishing all 6, is hitting all 6 of those movement patterns, then you are on number 1 step to having a great program, a very beneficial program as it comes to increasing your movement patterns, okay? You have to make sure those movement patterns are performed correctly. So, if you're bending at the knees and you're just up on your toes and everything, you're just creating more problems than anything. So that's where having a coach comes involved. Or go ahead, take a look at our maximum movement program that we're coming out with here at the end of the month. The first 4 weeks are done. We're working on the second phase right now. But maximum movement, it's going to be awesome. It's really going to do exactly what it says. Maximize your movement capabilities. Okay, so movement capabilities, number 1. Number 2 thing that you want is to strengthen those movement patterns. So once you find awesome movement patterns, once you get really, really good and you're moving very safely, the risk of injury is as low as possible, then the number 2 thing that you want to do is increase your strength inside of those movement patterns. That's how we're going to be able to start doing everything we do out of the gym even better inside of those movement patterns, because we're going to be stronger at them. So you're going to be stronger when you pull things towards you. You're going to be stronger when you push things away from you. You're going to be stronger when you bend down at the knees or when you hinge at the hips in order to pick things up off the ground. You're stronger in those movement patterns while still performing them correctly, so that risk of injury goes way down and life is easier when you're stronger. I think everyone can agree on that. The third thing, the peak, the epitome of why we all come for fitness, and it's not that common knowledge, which is weird to me, but the third thing is power. Power behind everything you do. Now, I'm going to boil this down to a very, very simple analogy here. Let's say getting up off the floor, okay? If you are getting up off the floor, let's say you're playing with your kids. You're down on the floor playing with your kids. And then your kids, come on, Mom, come on, Dad, come on, Grandma, come on, Grandpa, let's go do this. And they get up off the floor and they run away, okay? You're obviously going to want to keep up with them, so you have to get up off the floor. 1, movement capabilities, movement patterns. You're going to want to be able to drive through your heels. You're going to need to be able to bend at your knees, so you're going to have a knee bend movement, possibly, and then you're going to be able to drive yourself straight up with a high chest, your back's nice and straight, your core's nice and tight, possibly maybe even a hip hinge in there. But if those 2 movement patterns are lacking, you're not getting off the ground very well, and if so, you're at the risk of some tweaking a lower back muscle, pulling a hamstring, pulling a groin, something along those lines. But so movement capabilities, help you get off the floor. Play with those grandkids, play with those kids, play with your friends. I don't know what you guys do. Number 2, okay, if you're getting off the floor, you want to be stronger when it comes to getting off the floor. So the stronger you are in that movement pattern of just getting up off the floor, the easier getting up off the floor is going to be for you. So it's not going to take us, 90% of our energy just to get up off the floor, where we're going to have to rest for 60 seconds while our energy system goes ahead and replenishes itself. So then we can go chase the kids around. So we want to be able to get up off there nice and easy in a nice fluid motion. So you want to have the correct movement patterns, and you want to be strong. Third, you want to be able to do it quick. That's power. You want to be able to do this fast. Every single movement pattern you do in real world capability, in real world life, in the gym, whatever, you want to be able to do fast. You do not want to have to take 5 minutes to do everything. You don't want to have to take 3 minutes to get up off the floor. You want to be able to pop right up off the floor, knowing that you're using the correct movements, knowing that you're strong enough in order to do it, that your joints aren't going to be hurting afterward, and you want to go ahead and dart right after those grandkids or those kids or those friends or whoever it is that you're chasing around. You want to be able to do that stuff right away without having to worry about it. So, move correctly, strengthen yourself up in those movement patterns, and then create power inside of those movement patterns. Yes, I do have my fingernails polished because I was playing on the ground with my daughter while she wanted to paint daddy's fingernails. And I was thankfully able to get up really quickly off the ground and go chase her outside so we could go on the jet ski afterwards. So, real world capabilities, real world progress. That's why I love the tank, okay? The tank, any kind of sled, if you have access to one, please utilize it. Because if you're pushing one of these things, if you're just laying up here around it and you're just pushing it, okay? One, what's more functional than just moving forward, right? Nothing. Movement patterns. What's gonna build strength more than just adding weight to that tank while you're moving? Probably nothing. Maybe the brake system that's on there, we load that thing up with, then put the brakes on. You can move that, you're getting stronger in that movement pattern of moving forward. But then 3, power. You try and move that thing as quick as you can down to the other side of the turf, you're creating power. Power is nothing more than being able to do a specific movement pattern the right way, fast. Okay, develop that power, you're gonna develop everything. Again, if you have any questions about any of this, go ahead and leave a comment. I'd love to get back to you, but please look into Maximum Movement. It's a full 12-week program we're coming out with. It's going to, phase 1 is going to focus on maximizing those movement patterns. Phase 2 is going to be about strengthening those movement patterns that you're going to be really, really good in. You're going to have the stability, you're going to have the core strength for it. And then phase 3 is going to be about developing the power to go forward and really focus on all those movement patterns correctly, but being able to do them in an explosive fashion where you're not going to have to second guess yourself. So in that 12-week period, Maximum Movement, phase 1, you're going to have movement patterns, strengthening those movement patterns, creating power inside those movement patterns. It's going to be awesome. Keep a lookout for it. It comes out late August, but look at your workout program. Do me a favor, look at your workout program. If it does not accomplish all 3 of those things that we talked about today, then something needs to change. Go ahead, shoot me a comment, shoot me an email, whatever you need to do. I'd love to take a look at your workout program and show you where it needs to be tweaked up a little bit to really make sure that you are maximizing your gains in the gym.